Here, need any drinks?
Bloody Mary.
I'll take a bourbon, please.
I'm not sure we have that.
Hey, Brent, you want a Woodford?
And actually, I prefer a bullet.
Brent?
And we didn't have Woodford, so sorry about that. That is our top shelf. It's bullet bourbon.
All right. I'm not paying for his, though.
Excuse me?
No, I said his Woodford is on me, and that's not a Woodford. There you go. Thank you. Keep the change.
Very cute.
All right, here. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you there, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. We've had a lot of mixed reactions on these. Well, they're not really so mixed because the majority of the people, the comments, they say, Ed, don't stop doing the reaction video. So I kind of made a decision that on the YouTube channel, we're going to continue to do the reaction videos. We'll do some live stuff, do some live things with small groups like we've always done, you know, Jeff and Gargoyle and myself. We'll continue to do that kind of thing. And then on the Patreon, we'll do more of the tossing, the technique, the betting, that kind of thing over there on the Patreon channel. So, all that being said, we're going to give somebody the finger tonight. Let's go pick on John. John from Procraps has been asking for me. He hadn't been asking. He hadn't called me. He hadn't texted me. But, you know, there's not many people that I can't get along with, and I get along with John fine, but, you know, he drives me insane. So, let's go see what we can do when we take a look at John at Procraps. And this is the perfect Iron Cross, Red Cross Strategy, the perfect Iron Cross.
Place your bets, please.
And this video is like,
especially early on to get your targets up over here. Now, the third piece of this is going to be the line. Now, the line.
Okay, so I know he's going to roll this out or something, and we haven't seen any of that yet. Initial thought. All right, so I'm getting 35 on the 5, 6, and 8. I understand the ratio to the field. He'll probably explain that ad nauseum here in a minute. But I understand, but why I would not, you don't leave the field up, folks, for long, my opinion. And I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. I really shouldn't start criticizing until I've seen something else.
We play a couple of ways. One is I parlay press to wins. Let's say, for example, we lost. Let's say that we lose and all the place bets go away. I'll take these out of here for a minute. All this goes away and we lose on the don't, which is a huge bummer, okay? Or we win on the don't, rather. We win 20 bucks down here in the don't. Well, parlay press style of play is an aggressive play on the line. I typically will stack all that up and go to 40 bucks, okay? The line bet is viewed to me as a separate play from the field and the box. This could win, or these could win. Generally speaking, they both don't win unless you're on the same side. When I played this out live, this went 11-0. Sometimes it went 11-0 because the line betting was so strong that it overcame losses up here. Sometimes.
If I had something that go 11-0, I'd see if that son of a bitch go 100-0.
Sometimes it went and got an easy win because these happened so fast, okay? That's the play. If you lose, let's say that shooter does hit their point.
And I'm sure he's on a small table. He probably didn't even I don't even know if he had his big table yet. It's going to be a random roller. No, it's going to be a random roller.
Okay, you would lose on the don't pass. What you then do is go and switch sides. That's when you switch sides and ladder up. Ladder up and switch sides, go to the pass line if you lose the don't pass. Now you don't switch back and forth on come out losers, only when the puck changes. So we're gonna do a Baccarat strategy down here. We're gonna follow the winner down here, ladder up our losses. You can do a full ladder or a single unit ladder, however you feel.
I've only played Baccarat a few times. I am not an expert. But I have learned how to read those little screens over there because I watch for the trend in the cards. You know, Banker hits twice, player hits twice, banker hits 3 times, player hits 3 times. A random roller, probably better off staying on the don't pass. We'll see. I don't know. I can't be, I'm wanting to be critical. I acknowledge that. It's entertainment. Let's go.
Feel most comfortable in how your bankroll gets it. But that's the play. It's going to be a baccarat, parlay press, aggressive strategy down here on the line. It's going to be a super aggressive field play up into the box. The box is going to feed your rack. That, my friends, is the entire thing. It works great at that level. It works even better if you check this out. Just to show you, if you're playing with black chips, watch this. You're going to be at 125, 150, and 150. Again, that's 5 units, 5 $25 units, 6 $25 units, or 5 $30 units rather, and 75 in the field. $100 on the don't.
A unit is a unit. You win 1 unit. You know what you won? You won 1 unit. If you win 2 units, dang, you won 2 units. So, you're either adding a 0 or you're not adding a 0 to what you're playing. I mean, you went from a 5 to whatever. I don't know. Let's go. Dang it. I'm going to scroll forward because I want to see some rolls. I want to see this thing in action. Is he going to roll right here? Okay.
And 25 in green for right now. We'll get a $20 don't pass set up. The rest is in the rack. We'll get our point set and we'll start getting the box put together. Here we go. Coming out. Again, trust me on the rolls here. You're not going to see the dice land every time because the way I've got the table zoomed in. But I have done this strategy live 11 days in a row or 11 sessions in a row. I'll link you to the live videos so you can watch me play this thing longer term than just 10 or 20 rolls we're going to do today. Point's going to be a 4. We're going to go ahead and come out with our field bet first. Again, 3 units in the field, 4 units on the don't. We're going to get the 5, 6, and 8 for 5 units. Now I need to get change here for that. There's 5.
I don't know where to put my image over here because I got to react, but he's got all this stuff over here. So let's see. Maybe I could go. Let's just go up there. I don't think he's laid any points. Let's try it up there.
5 with $25 change, and there we go. We're all set up. Let's hope that the Iron Cross does what it does and pays you on every single roll. Again, we're going to feed the box from the field. We're going to feed the rack from the box. And let's hope for a nice, good, long roll that helps us out. Here we go. 3, 2, 5. I'll pay this normal once, and then you'll see what I'm going to do after that. That's going to pay 35 bucks. I'm going to pay it like this. 20, 35 bucks for the 5. We're going to lose our field. We're going to put 15 bucks back in the field and bring 20 bucks to the rack, which means every time that happens at this level, we could do 25 for 5. Okay, but right now, it's going to rack the reds. 3 hits in the box. These are paid for. The field bet, again, I don't worry about the field bet at all. It's just an engine to kind of feed this thing. There's 1 hit. Let's survive a little while longer, right? There's a 6, 2, 8. Again, the same thing is going to happen here. We're going to collect the box. We're going to take the field down. It's going to.
So far, this looks like just a regular Iron Cross. And he is correct. You need to have more units on those 3 box numbers than you got in the field to be able to do anything at all as far as making any money. I get it. That's perfect. All right.
I'm going to win 35 bucks. I can drop a nickel to get the field and take that quarter back to my rack. Okay? And if you want
Why pay it that way when you paid it the other way before? But anyway, go ahead.
to be kind of diligent about it, you can take your quarters, check change to 100, and drop it back in here again. I'm looking to replenish to 1,000 bucks. I've got 900 over here now. I've got $100 back from my initial. And keep working that thing as we go. Love to work my rack as I play it out, just so I always know kind of where I am. There's a 4-1-5, same deal. Same bet up here. We're going to lose 15.
20 to 1 says he gets him a green chip and puts it in the rack.
Gonna win 35. I can drop a nickel.
I
To
won
fix
the
out
bet.
the field. Quarter back in the rack. So you're gonna exchange a nickel for a quarter pretty much every time until these things start. We got to get some field wins to get these box numbers built out. We haven't seen a field win yet. There's one. There's a 9. Sweet. 5, 4, 9. It wins $15. Straight to the 9. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a number right up here. The nice thing about getting the 9, and then of course the 10, is that these will become double shot wins for us.
I do that a lot.
Let's go. Mindful of your rack. Don't forget to be mindful of your rack. Here's again, $35, 25, 35. We'll lose our field, drop a nickel, replace the field, rack a quarter. Okay? As soon as my rack is full, right? We'll talk about that when it gets to this point, but as soon as the rack has my initial bankroll back in it,
You go to the
then
cage,
you know
dude.
that what you're looking at out here is pure profit. That's kind of my key, is like, I want to get my bankroll reset, and then my spread, I know I can bring back home if I want to. There's a 7. So we're not going to quite get it. But this will give us a chance to look at how we play the don't. Okay, so
Even
all this is
money.
going to come down. Welcome to the Iron Cross. Everything's a winner. No losing is
red
huge.
Iron
Okay, we
Cross.
go back down there. We are going to win $20 down there on the don't pass. Now, I play the don't pass very aggressively. 2 pieces to this strategy. One is going to be the Baccarat thing. So whatever line won last is where your bet goes. We won on the don't, we stay on the don't. I will stack the wins, make that look like $40. We're going to take the whole 20 we won, stack the whole thing up to look like $40 down there. Again, this is going to be its own little engine. As we lose up in here, if it becomes a dark streak, this will start paying for itself as it goes. Now we got to survive the come out, of course. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Oh, we got a 4, 2, 6. It's in the rack. It's a 2 up in the rack. That would be a good roll. You know, if it was a 7, they'd call it, right? We're going to call it a 6. There it goes. Point's going to be a 6. Let's come back out. Now here, we can get the 8 for 30 and the 5 for 25. We're going to skip the 6, obviously, right?
No,
Corner
you
rack. I
don't
gotta go ahead
skip
and
the
get some
6.
change here for that. 75 and a
Why would you skip the 6? I'm sure he got a reason.
100. Let's get our field in. Put this up in the rack. Play it out. Let's hopefully we can survive. I don't like having, you know, a naked number there, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's a 5, a 4, 1, Beaver 5. That's good. We lose the field. We win $35. We drop a nickel back in the field. And this goes in the rack. And again, I can take those 4 greens, check, change them up. 900 over here. I'm looking for 1,000 over here in the rack. That's going to be our cue to run like hell.
You run to the cage, dude.
Midnight. Awesome. That's really cool. That's going to win triple on this table. 1, 2, 3. That gets me the 9, the 10, and the 4. That one.
So that leaves a lot of opportunity that you can do when that field bet hits. I like that. All right.
Hit spreads me out. I got the whole box covered now. That's a beautiful thing right there. Love that one. All right, that's a big help. Doesn't help the rack very much, but it gives us more targets up here. Just got to avoid that 6. Just got to avoid the 6. There's a 4, 1, 5.
Not if you had money on it.
Same as always, right? $35.
A lot of 5s.
Lose the field. Drop a nickel.
Amazing.
Replace it. Rack $25. 1, 2, 3, ace deuce. Acey deucey. It's going to win $15. Okay. What I'm
Put some
likely
money
to do
on
here
that 6.
is ask for my 8 to be pressed up by $12. I'll take the 5. I'll make it look like whites. We'll leave 2. We'll take 3. Make my 8 look like $42. Again, field hammers the box. The box hammers your rack. That's the pattern up in these hits up here. There's a 5 again, a 4-1-5, one more time. I love it.
Is that a trend?
Lose 15.
Am I witnessing a trend on
Win
fives
35.
tonight?
Drop a nickel. Back in the field we go. Rack that quarter. There's an 11. Yo, 11, yo. 6-5, yo. Sweet, that pays 15 bucks again. Right, what do we do with the money? Well, 5's already at a quarter. Let's make the 9 match.
All right. If I was going to make any improvements on this at all, far be it from me to try, because I don't like strategies. I would have probably placed money on the 6. You've made enough money in the 5s and in the field that you've got a minor quote unquote hedge on the don't pass. You can pick that up at this point because you got free money on the table. See if you can catch a hand.
Match the 5. I can take this right here and I'm going to start doing that. We'll get 5 times 9 is 45 bucks on the hard 6. That's our point.
You ain't thrown nothing hard yet.
40 on it, so if it comes hard, that doesn't hurt so bad. Okay, we'll eliminate one way of getting beat. 4 ways to lose now. 6-1-7. And again, we're close. We were so close, right? If we look at our rack, there's 950 in the rack. We were 50 bucks away from being even in the rack and pulling all this down. That's the pattern you want to follow, okay? All this goes, which is a bummer.
Sorry.
But again, you had opportunity. You use your feet.
A lot of commercials in this video. I'm going to have to edit out. So if it's a little choppy at spots, it's because of the commercials.
Field to beat the box to death, right? We're going to win 40 bucks down there on the don't, like so. Now in parlay press style, you go from 20 to 40. You win at 40. That was a parlay win. Now we stay at that level. This comes back to the rack. What's my rack look like now?
I don't know that.
That was Alexa. That's funny. My rack looks like 90. I have 493 in the rack, or 993 in the rack. We're literally $7 away from being safe, and we
John's the only damn guy I know that can play craps with Alexa and still make sense to the computer. All right, let's go.
got beat up here 2 times. Pretty cool, right? Let's do it one more time, but I want to do it at the big boy level. Let's go ahead and crush this thing at the Wayland level. I'm going to go back to 1,000. Now this is way underfunded. Okay, we'll put 1,000 bucks in the rack. This is crazy town, but watch what we do. Let's go 100 bucks on the don't. I want you to see it at this level because it's so fun to play it at this level. 100 bucks on the don't. Let's catch a point. We got a 10. What a great point. What a great point. That's going to be on the 10. Now we're going to go and drop 500 bucks out here. Okay, 500 bucks. We're going to need probably $200 in greens, I think.
7 or 11 sure would have hurt though.
Looks like this. 75 in the field. It looks like boom, boom, boom. 150, 6 and 8. 125 on the 5. 500 in action. $100 on the don't. Right? This thing is a money machine. Every win is 100 bucks here, 75 bucks here. Okay, feed the box from the field. A couple 2-3 wins, and you can be out of here with a quick paycheck. Okay, there's a 4-2-6. Okay, again, field goes away. 6 pays 175. Back to the field. Rack a black. $100 in profit. How long can you keep doing that for? There's a 4, 3-1.
All right. You can only do it till you run out of money in your rack. I mean, that's the honest truth. Now, I'll
4, pay 75 bucks. Okay, what I like to do, 50 on the 9, buy the 4 for a quarter. Now I'm covered.
You're covered. You got 150, 150, 150, 5, 6, and 8. Looks like you got another 50 on the 9. That's 200. And you got 50 on the 4. and you only got $100 don't pass, you're not covered. I don't think, unless I miss something.
Just got to avoid big red for a minute. Okay. Here we
Yeah,
go. 5, 4,
You
9.
damn sure do.
Double up. 75 here and 70 up here. Isn't that great? We can make the 4 look like 50. I can make the 9 look like 75. So everything up top is racking a black chip. This brings back 105. That brings back 100. These are all bringing 175. I'm actually going to bring this back into my rack. I'm actually going to pocket another basically 95 bucks. 200 bucks in profit in those couple of rolls at this level. Okay, there's the 7. So unfortunately, we didn't like take advantage of it, but you can see where this thing is heading, right? If you pull all that down,
You can see where it's heading. No, I can't see where it's heading. I mean, if the roll continues, I can see where it's heading. Right now, all I see is you just lost a pile of money.
200 bucks in profit. You get one more hit up in here, another couple $100, and you're kind of jamming. I love this thing. Here we go. Let's stack up our don't pass win. Let's bring all this back to the house. We'll do it one more time. One more time. See if we can fight back a little bit, make this thing happen. Let's go. Puck is off. We're coming out. And we got a 10, hard 10. 5 and a 5.
Don't throw them
Hard
so
way. Here
hard,
we go.
dude. You're
Hard
on
10.
a short table.
500 bucks
I mean-
action. That's all we have left. 500 bucks. 5, 6, and 8. We'll get 200 bucks in greens. 125, 150, 150, 75 in the field. Let's make it happen. 6 hard. 6 hard. There we go. 175 on the win.
175. Ah, shit, you
75 on the
not.
loss.
There's been like 8 commercials in this thing.
Replace that. Put a black chip in the rack. Another hard 6. Same thing is going to happen. Okay, we know we're going to lose 75. We're going to win 175. I'm just going to take the black chip right to my rack. That's 200 bucks to the rack. 415. Same thing. 125 pays 175. We lose 75. Your net is a black chip. Remember at the green level, your net was 20 bucks. It's the same thing. You net 4 units. 4, in our case, green units. When you're playing at the $25 level, or the green unit level, you're winning 4 $5 units. It's the exact same thing.
I think
There's
I said
300 bucks
that
in the
when we
rack.
started.
Pretty sweet. Let's keep it going. Another 415, baby. Oh yeah. Right. Another 100 bucks into the rack. 400 bucks to the rack. Where are we at right now, folks? 400 in the rack, 500 in action, $200 on the dome. We're essentially even. We worked our way back from that last loss, right? We pull all this down. We're at 900 bucks here in the box.
Okay, so would you do that? Would you do that? Would you pull it all down? John probably say yes. I'm like, you might could have gone to 180 on one of that 6. Just see if you could get 210 out of it. I mean, you are on this shooter, but now you're still in the hole. You got 400 bucks. You got $1,000 buy-in. You got to take that down. You're still $100 in the hole. I'm thinking I need a good hit to get me back on up quicker. So I'd probably risk it, but it's gambling.
Okay, we have $200 out here. It's $1,100 total. We've already fought our way back. If you are smart and you pull your bets down, let the don't pass do its thing, you can be out of here at worst 100 bucks down, at best another 100 bucks up. Let's get another couple rolls in though and see what we can do with it and how it works itself out. There's a 6, 2, 8 easy. Okay, that's going to pay again a net of 100 bucks. Now we have 500 in the rack, 200 on the dome. If I pull this down, I have my starting bankroll back. Check this out. We're going to pull it all down. You can keep playing it out if you want to, but there's 500. There's 800. There's 2. There's my starting bankroll, 1,000 bucks. We got our butt kicked earlier, right? Boom, 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 boom. A little bit of a win. We already have a parlay don't down here. This money here, this 95 bucks, is our profit from earlier. Let's make this don't pass work and get out, right? good recovery plan. This system, there's the 7. This is a good recovery system. There's $200. Look at that. $495, basically a nickel. Nice purple chip in profit right there. And we were down after getting whacked up in here. I love it.
You were rail dumped, dude. I mean, you had the green and the red left in the rack, but basically that was a rail dump.
This is a fun little way to play. The red cross is pretty cool. I think the don't pass is the key. I think the baccarat down here, we didn't see the line win, so we didn't get a chance to switch to the pass line. But what happens sometimes is, let's say you had, and let's play this out. Let's play out the bad scenario. Let's say we lost $200 on the don't pass. That would have been awful. Let's say they hit the 10 and we lost it. Bummer. What you do next is you're going to go with 400 to the pass line, and it seems crazy. Like, oh my God, you're going to let her up and switch, but guess what's coming? You're looking for the come out 7, the come out 11. That move in itself will oftentimes recover what you have up here, right? Take the $400, go back down to base.
Only if it hits, ladies and gentlemen. You got to throw that 7 or 11. He hadn't thrown any in this video on the come out, which would have killed his don't pass line earlier. I don't know how you would address that. I guess he would just go on back up. No, don't pass, lose. I guess he'd come down, ladder up. I don't know. Do you? So here's my question then. If you lose your don't pass on the come out, does that count as an opportunity to switch to the pass line? Did he say that? Did he tell us that? I don't know. I'm asking a question. If he told us, I missed it. So I'd like to know how you would do that in this particular system, because I mean, either way, you're still almost, and I'm going almost even on the house edge. Don't pass has a teeny tiny advantage.
If that comes out and wins, you're 400, you're bringing back 700. You're going to be kind of safe in your rack. Play it out again, right from here. That little baccarat move with the parlay press, I think, is one of the keys to this thing. You got to be aggressive here and aggressive here to make it work. That's why this strategy went 11-0, because I didn't play it passively. I didn't just sit there and collect on the Iron Cross and let myself bleed to death. I think the field is a key proponent of this thing. So let's review and see where this thing, I think, kind of lands us. Ultimately, it's a hybrid system. You are playing the line, which is sometimes in opposition to part of your bet. You're playing the don't plus the line, or plus place bets. That's the nature of the beast. It's a rack and stack system.
I don't like hedging, but it is a hedge. That's kind of why I would have bet that 6 on the don't pass, but I know it don't go with your strategy. You got to illustrate the strategy. I get it. Never mind.
You got to manage your rack. The minute you get, to me, the minute you feed your rack to the point where it has what you started with in it, in our case, it was $1,000. The minute you're there, you know everything on the felt is profit. Because this thing generates about 4 units in profit on every single roll, that's a non-7, obviously, you're going to be in really good shape here. You got to get out quick. Beware of the chop. If you're playing the baccarat on the line, if you're playing down here on this line, and you have a pass line winner, and then your next bet goes to, or loser, your next bet goes to the don't for 2, you lose that one. Your next bet goes to the pass line for 3. You're back and forth like this. On a choppy table, you'll get hammered. That's the one really, really bad thing to watch out for, is the chop. Chop will get you, okay?
All right, so I have a question. Because he doesn't believe in trends. Why do you believe in chops? I mean, if there's not a trend on the table, how can there be a chop on the table?
But as you can see, it recovers well. It generates pretty good profit as long as you're smart, okay? From a comp efficiency, I think it's about a B+ to an A-, especially when you're playing at the black level, but your bets are pretty big. If you're not playing black, you still have $100 out there between the field and your bot.
Never play for comps. If you play, comps will come, but don't play worried about the comps. Worry about money in the rack. Worry about going to the cage with more than you came to the table with.
Box. Okay, the offset between the don't pass and the other bets is pretty small. Not going to hurt you too bad. So yeah, you're going to have pretty good size negative EV because you have so many bets out there, and you have the field opposing some of your box numbers, which is the iron cross is negative anyway. But overall, more money out of your rack on the table is going to get their eyebrows raised a little bit, especially when you're playing at the black level. And I wouldn't touch that level without $5,000. There's no way you played that black level I just showed you with the grand. I did it with the grand just to be quick. No way you do that with less than $5,000. Now, all that said, this was a fun strategy to build with Waylon. It was good to finally collaborate a little bit and do something together. I think we have a winner here, as long as you're smart. Play it smart, manage your rack wisely, and it's a pretty good, consistent winner. It recovers well. And like I said, it's a fun one to play.
All right, so everybody, if you hadn't ever watched John over at Procraps, he's a strategy guy. You can go to Casino Gaming TV, watch him every morning. He's rolling out some stuff, and then he's got a talk show with himself, and he rolls out teaching strategies, et cetera, et cetera. Again, everybody knows I'm not a strategy guy. And when I say that in that I am not a strategy guy that is stubborn about how I'm trying to play it, because the dice are going to do what the dice are going to do. There's a lot of fives. There's a couple of fives, maybe even three and some hands. I like taking the money off the rack. I don't necessarily like not pressing, since they're not in the field. But the first thing you got to do is you got to get your money back into the rack primarily. That's the main thing. 3-1 minimum on 5, 6, and 8 over the field. I get it. I saw no. I guess you could say there was an advantage. But he had the ladder to really take advantage of that extra don't pass bet or whatever it was. I mean, he had to come on up. I don't know. I'm not a ladder guy either, so that's part of I mean, I get it, but I don't like the martingale thing, the ladder up, martingale is different than the ladder. I have such a hard time really liking that. All things being equal, I'm going to lean over so you can see the finger. You can look at the big finger. You can look at the little finger. But, John, we're giving you one finger. Just messing with you, John. Folks, if you're going to do this kind of system, you had two good minds working it out, but don't be stubborn. As he says, the chop will kill you. And if you get into that chop situation, you're going to have to adjust. You can't stay in a system. Systems only work until they don't. In fact, everything only works until it doesn't work, right? I would have placed that 6. I don't know that he ever rolled it before he rolled the 7. I can't even remember. But no, he didn't. He never rolled that 6. So I'd have been wrong on that one, but that would have been my instinct. Place that 6, maybe even, you could leave the don't pass up because it does give you a tiny hedge. I don't know. I'd like to roll some of that out myself sometime just to kind of see if I think it's worthy of a type of play. But it's not uncommon for people to use the field to try to get a cheap play on some other numbers that might actually hit, and then they give you, money for the rack or money to press with. So once your box numbers are full, I wouldn't even fool with the field. I really wouldn't. But again, that's not part of the system. All right, everybody, practice like you play like you practice. Go roll to win. Check out casinotiers.com. We're on all of the major podcast drops that are out there. Catch you on the next show. All right, everybody. I was thinking about this particular reaction, and before I decided to upload it, I decided I would end it with this little thing right here, and that, I play a lot of one hit can't miss on random throwers, just like we saw. Every once in a while, you'll have that amazing unicorn hand with anybody, an unknown shooter. I'll start with a one hit can't miss. There's going to be times where the random roller gets into a big long roll. So you have some options with this type of strategy. When I play it with one hit can't miss, I'm not covering the 5. I'm covering the 6, 8, and the don't pass. That is, quote unquote, the hedge, right? All right, so what I'm trying to do, assuming that it really doesn't matter what the point is. If the point's 6, I'm looking for 8s. I want 8 to hit. If I get one hit on 8, I'm good. I can pull the bets down. I can leave them up. Still got a 6 that's covered. If it hits, it covers my don't pass line. If they 7 out, my don't pass wins. I had money on the 8. Can't lose. If they never hit the 6 or 8, you're going to lose. But there's times where I've done this type of play in the past. You take that 6 or 8, let's say the point's 4 and it's not rolling, or the point's 5, whatever. You get that 6 and or that 6 and 8 up. I like to get them up to about the $42 level, 50 for 1. Do a couple of collections. Somewhere in that process, I might drop that $15 down, $15 table, into the field. I'll go ahead and start covering the 5. No need in losing money if you don't have to, right? So, you cover that 5 with casino money. Maybe you play the field a little more, kind of like he was showing here. You're trying to fill up box numbers. That's what I do if I'm doing that kind of strategy. So it dawned on me before I was actually going to edit this in, get the commercials out and all that stuff, that this is really a strategy I use all the time, but not up front. I use it kind of down the road. Guy throws a 4, I might just split that field and go the 4 and 10 if I'm already up. If he keeps hitting 6s and 8s, I'm collecting 50 for 1. I may start using that, or I may even going up to 60. I may going up to 90. Hardly ever go over 90 on a random. It's got to be a long hand because I like putting money in the rack. But you want to catch that lightning hand if it happens. I can remember a time in Biloxi, probably 3 years ago, that I started out with a one hit can't miss, had a $25 don't pass, had a $30 6 and 8, was $25 minimum table at the time, and I ended up with hits on a $250 4 by playing this type of strategy. But I worked my way into this type of strategy. I didn't start out with this type of strategy. For me, that's the way you would use something like this in conjunction with, quote unquote, a different strategy. You start out with a one hit can't miss. A lot of you guys will know it as a 6, 7, 8 play. You get built up in that, use that field to kind of take you out. Use them $42 6 and 8s, get you on up, place a 5, place the 9. Once you're satisfied with what you've pulled off the table with some profit at that point. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. It's not going to happen every roll, but it's going to happen. So again, you can take this type of play and marry it into a different play to start, in my opinion, and you're going to come out all right. So I just want to throw that in there before we end the video. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate y'all so much for your support. We enjoyed meeting everybody at the Brownwater Bash. And I really thank everybody who showed up. We did have a good time. And I do appreciate your support here and on the Patreon channel. Thank you all very much. God bless you. Practice like you play like you practice. Go roll to win.